Aloha guys, Scuba Chris on location at Chalky Beach, and it just started to rain. Great. Okay, this here is the Rockaway Surf Reel. This is a long distance caster. This is the same one that I reviewed a couple years ago as a prototype. Next year, they're going to have an extension of this. This one here is the 6,000. This is what we started off with. Starting next year, it was released at iCast. It's going to be 8,000 and an 8,000 bait cast model. All right, this one here is the RA 6000. All right, the simple stats on this one: 4+1 stainless steel bearings, quick set anti-reverse, 5.1 to 5.3 to 1, which means for every one rotation you make up the handle, the spool will rotate 5.3 times, and for every one rotation of the handle, you're going to be bringing in over 40 inches of line. The gearing is all brass cut pinion gears. It has CFR, it's cyclonic flow rotor, just like the Surf 8K. So that means that every time you're turning this, hear that? That it's creating a airflow. So what it's going to do is it's going to help keep the salt spray out of it. It has a rigid handle, very rigid handle here to reduce possible flexing. This, like I said, this is a long cast, and it's like the Surf 8K. The Surf 8K is also a long cast surf rod, same as this one, which will make it perfect if I decide to go popping, jigging, or plugging with it. All right, it's rated for 400 yards of 40-pound braid, so it holds a lot of line. All right, so it's the reel is a 26-pound max. It weighs only 17 ounces with a 1-year limited warranty. Okay, so what can I say about the rod? This is the first time I'll ever be using this particular length. This is the Rockaway. See, the Rockaway HD. Now you see me use the Rockaway HD, the 12-footer, because it's rated for 6 to 16 ounces for bait casting, surf fishing. This here is an awesome rig too. It's only 9.5 feet. All right, 9.5 feet, and it's just totally bizarre. It's 2 to 6 ounce ratio on this one. So let me go through the stats on this one. The blank itself, 24-30 ton low resin carbon, so it's very lightweight, very responsive. It has UFR2, which is ultimate flex reinforcement. So there's a long strand of carbon going through the top section here, which will help in case that you make a mistake and you're high sticking. So you don't have to high stick just to test it out. Just be sure that you don't do that, but it does have UFR technology in it. It has butt over ferrule connection, which means right here, butt over ferrule connection for secure grip. This is a 70-30 configuration. So when you even up the bottom here, you're still gonna have a longer section on the top. The reason why they do this is so you can get a better cast, all right? And it's a lot better than the 50-50. This is for loading up when you have load on it. Now the guides on this here, these are the C guides, which are famous steel guides here. They are angled forward for braid, but you can still use it for mono, so you don't get the wind knots in it. It's the XQH C guides. Now the inserts here are zirconian, very hard zirconian inserts, so you won't get the scratching. Again, you can use braid with it. Another thing here, look at the right here, double lock for the reels. That is a great thing to have, so you would have a firm, secure grip on it at all times. Right here, you're on the foregrip. Rear grip is textured shrink tube. This is great when your hands are wet. Now this here is rated at a medium heavy at 9.5 feet. The line rating is 12 to 25 pounds, but you can go higher than that. It's rated also for 2 to 6 ounces. All right, 6 plus 1 guides, which means 6 guides plus 1 tip. So this has a limited lifetime warranty, and this is the rod I'll be using with the Rockaway reel today. Now on the bottom here, on the bottom one here, this is what I was trying the other day, and I like this one, the Hooker stick bait. This is 4 1/4 inches, and it is 2 1/3 ounces. I was gonna start that today, and I also have one at the top. This is a different one. What is this one? This is the wing stick bait. All right. This one here is a little bit lighter, a little longer. It's 4 3/4 inches long, and it weighs only 1 3/4 ounces. So I'm gonna try these two today, just to experiment to see how it do as a plugging rig. You know, this feels so good. I just measured it out. It's 24 1/2 inches from the base right here, where my fingers go through the stem of the reel all the way up to the end of the butt. That's why it feels so good. You know, I wasn't sure how the balancing of the weight would be throwing plugs with this. But look at right here. This is 24 1/2 inches. I just measured it from the base of the reel to the end of the butt. 24 1/2 inches. That's why I can put so much oomph into my throw. It's just like, for me, this is the perfect length. Ooh-wee. Man, you guys want to talk about distance? Man, I love this. Look at that. Boom. Man, you know how far that was? Unreal. I was afraid that the tip wouldn't be able to handle it. Handles it fine. I mean, it's like a recoil action. I love it. I got enough room between my right hand at the base of the reel to the end of the butt. Oh, I tell you, everything about this is good. Got to catch something to see what the load would be, but looks good. I'm actually very happy with this. Okay, you know, about 6-7 years ago, I did a review on popping plugging rods, and I really liked the 10-footers. And the reason why I liked the 10-footers at the time is because I was used to the 1 1/4, 1 1/2 ounce lures, and I can go all day with that. And the tips were flaccid enough where I can get the length I needed. But that was like 7 years ago. Nowadays, the lures are better made, the rods are better made. They're using low resin carbon. Everything's so much better nowadays. So I have to admit, this was a rod that's meant for surf casting. This is a 9.5-foot Rockaway HD. You know, if I was to use this for a plugging, perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. It has the guide count. It has the strength at 2 to 6 ounces. It's everything I need I loved it today. I'm throwing around a hooker stick bait that weighs 2¼ ounces. Was it 2/4? No, 2 1/3 ounces, and it handles just fine. So I think this might be a rod I can recommend to you as well as my friends. And until something else comes by, I like this 9.5. I mean, 9.5 and 10 is roughly the same, but a 10-footer have more of a flaccid tip for that little patoo, whereas this one here is using almost the whole length of the upper rod, and it's like a wave. And I tell you, I have no complaints. This 9.5 is great. Okay, reel wise, the 6,000 is really, really good. Okay, but they're coming out next year with an 8,000 on this, and 8,000 is going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more powerful, more line capacity. This one here will hold 400 yards of 40-pound braid. Now, when the 8,000 comes out next year, it's going to be just like this, as well as the Surf 8K. It's going to be a long-distance caster, so you'll be able to pack the line on tightly to cast farther out. So this would be a great benefit for people who are into popping and plugging. So that's my review. Thanks.